Hey guys, welcome to another session with me. We're going to start like always with the news. Definitely we don't have any data coming today except that existing home sales coming from the US. So that's the only thing that you should be worried about, but even that won't impact the market that much. Tomorrow we have the Powell speech and inflation from Japan. Japan will move the market, but keep in mind it's during the Asian session, so that regard I usually will miss that part. Now, US dollar didn't move much this week. Market is making new higher highs. Short term, definitely more bullish. I don't expect anything crazy happening this week, especially till the Powell speech tomorrow. So automatically all I want to worry about right now would be that 98.60, maybe a little bit higher, but overall we should be bearish because that larger flag is still in play. And while we remain below 100, let's call it even 100, we should more be bearish on the US dollar. Short term, definitely bullish, but a long term, more bearish. We didn't do or create anything significant this week so far. So we didn't even test the previous week's low or high. So let's see. But with the data that we have today and tomorrow, I don't expect much changes here. You were also like, remembered you wanted to see maybe a triangle and then push higher or push lower. Since we pushed lower, definitely all we should focus right now would be this equal X. And from there, look for a potential push higher. Like we said, there are not many data that can move the market this week, so we should be playing safe. I really don't expect any crazy moves even today and tomorrow, but day trading can be fun. Hi, Thomas. Mm, Pound dollar definitely moved. We wanted to see a push higher because it was a nice three leg move. Since we moved lower, it's more looking like what? It's more looking that that C leg is over and that we are heading down. And since the current trend is bearish, we can expect to see a further drop down. And looking for a potential pullback place at any 3-7 swing can be fine. The only thing that you need to worry about when we talk about the pound dollar can be this high at 135.95. That's the end of the wave C. That's current invalidation point for a downside. What we can expect, especially for this week, maybe 134.22, maybe let's say 133, 134, but that's also only a short-term parts, guys. I really don't expect much movements. Aussie was the only thing that worked. Only thing that worked out that showed some momentum. We said this looked like a potential head and shoulders. That head and shoulders work out perfectly. Definitely we can, I need to clear this part up quickly. Like we reached that ideal targets, but since we go at a higher time frame, you know that we are counting this as a 1, 2. Since this is 1, 2, we need to count this as A, B, and C. And for that A, B, and C, the targets are usually that equal X. So the equal X should come at 63, 64. So that's the place that we can use as a potential target. Maybe you can put a little bit higher because we have a support here, but overall we should remain bearish. Since market is moving, I really want to look for further sell opportunities down to this part, only down to this part, nothing else. And from there, I want to pick up some longs, but that longs won't come till next week, so I don't want to worry about that part at all. So we need to consider this as A, B, and C. Simple structure looking for a further push down, nothing special, nothing crazy, but pullback sells should be on the top of your charts this week. Dollar CAD continue to move higher. This structure look impulsive at the moment. So further push higher. Let me just zoom in on a time frame. So we are considering this A as a complete cycle. We are in a B. Since this B doesn't look that ideal impulsive, we can consider this as a potential what? More a complex correction. I know I promised that we won't spend much time talking about the Elliott wave, but it's easiest way for me for you guys to understand. Make it a little bit lower. So if we count this as a complex correction, we want to see what? A 7 swing move. Something like this. If we take a look here, what we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are missing 6 and 7. This will go okay with the idea of the Aussie dollar, guys. Really, this will go okay with that idea. So a pullback buys can work out for potential targets. Use the resistance and 38.2. I don't expect at this moment that we can target, let's say, 50% or 618. So we don't want to go crazy there, especially with the no data. This week, just look for a potential short-term plays. Dollar yen didn't move much. This pair is stuck. The price action over here I really don't like. For me, this is choppy. This is usually something that I try to avoid when we talk about trading. Like, you can make money, I don't say you can't, but we are more or less sideways. For me, that's not that ideal in terms of trading. Short term, we can see a potential push higher, that's fine, but nothing really special. Let's go on the smaller time frame. And you start counting 1, 2, 3. So A, B, and C. Pullback X, so another A, B, and C. This is a classic 7 swing, that complex correction. So A, B, C. For W, X is a pullback, a connector, and looking for additional 3-leg move higher. Here, the only obvious thing that we can target would be 148.53. This is the only thing I think it's worth trying, but nothing crazy. I will stay aside of the dollar yen at the moment because it doesn't look perfect and it's too choppy for my taste. But if you like that part, you can try to find some pullback plays. Just keep in mind that you want some sort of a good risk reward. Yeah, guys, we will work on a live trading and we will do a longer session starting from September. Like I promised you guys, we are starting our challenge from 1K to 100K in September. I believe second week of September. We will go for a short practice first week of September. And I expect to have a sessions between 2 hours minimum. And maybe they will be a little bit later because usually when I trade, it's either UK Open or the US Open. So try thinking that we will have a sessions during the US session open, since for the UK I can't talk. Like, everybody who knows me knows that I hate talking without having at least 2 or 3 coffees, and it's too early for me. So I prefer trading the US, especially live for you guys. So we will have that part starting from September. We'll trade everything really. Forex, mostly Forex and let's say indices. Because I'm planning to trade the US session. It's most probably going to be a NASDAQ that we are going to trade, but we will also try to include some gold and crypto plays if they appear. Let's see, Euro yen, nothing special, nothing new. This part is also we are consolidating. So for me, not perfect. Now, when I say not perfect, I mean that since we have this as a wave 4, I can say this is a potential triangle. I like the triangles. I love the triangles, to be honest. But for me, for this triangle to work out, I want to see a breakout. So a breakout and then a pullback place can work out, but that's all that I want to touch here. I really don't expect that triangle to break this week. So maybe next week we'll have a better opportunities in the forex market. But right now it's not that perfect. Gold, I'm trying it. It's small position. I want to explain you like I entered like hour ago or maybe 2 hours ago. My ideas and thought was simple. Like we said, we should be done with this larger triangle. Ideally, we should hold above this 3268. We have a small push higher, impulse structure. Then we have a 3-leg move higher. Then a push higher here. For me, this should be the sign that we are ready. Now, I'm not going to say that this must work or things like that. I'll never say that. But also, we have a same thing here. We have some decent looking motive structure here. So you have a 5-leg move here, another pullback here, and that's the reason why I wanted to go short. Only against the lows here, because I know that's not the invalidation, but I don't want, like, we already have a position from, let's see, I think last week or 2 weeks ago that have a larger stop. I just want to try it. For me, I want to see break of this high as some sort of a confirmation. And what I want you to focus if you're trying to go long with the gold, I want you to focus on the equal X and 127 too. So equal X 3365 to 376. So that's the area where I want to see the gold, especially since I don't expect to see big movements coming this week and want to target something that's not realistic. And for me, this is really just intraday trade that I want to hold for maximum till the end of tomorrow. If work, work. If not, I'm done with this part since I already have it. Silver, similar story. We moved higher, 3-leg move pullback trying to move higher. Maybe here I don't see that correction being over. And when I see a correction, I mean the move from here. Like I'm only seeing 2, so I would probably like to see something like this. If that happens, I'm fine with trying, but right now I don't like this correction. I don't see a good, valid reason for me to be a buyer. Crypto also dropping entire week. It's similar to, let's say, Nasdaq. Nasdaq has been down entire week. Also, crypto market is affected. Definitely short term, we should look for more bearish movements. I really believe that we will take 111 before anything else, but nothing like only a day trade can work out, but only on the short side for now. I really don't think we are ready for another major push higher in a crypto market, not right now. Maybe that will change in 2-3 weeks, but at the short term, we should be bearish. Compared to Ethereum, that followed the plan perfectly. But when I say perfect, I really mean perfectly. We said the last time we want to see that 7 swing move. We have a 7 swing move. We are moving higher. We didn't break that larger, let's say, flag. We're still trying that. So we still want to see that part. But at the moment, I believe that if we manage to crack around these areas, around, let's say, for 390, we can expect to see a further push higher. We want to see a momentum. We want the price to remain above, let's say, 4,100 if you want to be a buyers here. But I would pay attention to Ethereum, really. Like, I like it. We definitely need a little bit more of waiting. But if you like crypto market, definitely you should start thinking about the potential long opportunities here. Nasdaq moved lower this entire week. I see additional drop down before we recover. I'm not that keen on, or I can't be, let's say, lie to you and say that I made the most money on Nasdaq and indices on a buy side. I'm not saying that I'm never going to sell, but for me, selling is harder. Definitely, today I can be a seller, but I would rather wait for that drop down and look for some long opportunities compared to anything else. I believe that we are ending the week tomorrow, so expecting the market to find that low of the week today and start reversing a little bit. We'll see the news, how that will react, how market will react, but expecting maybe to stay aside till next week, see how Powell's meeting will go, and from there see what to do. Because right now it's bearish. I'm not going to say if you like to trade Nasdaq, probably downside is a better option. Focus on that yesterday's lows, and from there we'll see what to do. But I really believe that the best option here would be to wait. Not many trading opportunities. Even DAX is not that great this week. Like it's not like it's moving and not moving. For me, instead of 3, we need to go with the 7 swing move. So we'll see tomorrow. I want to see push higher tomorrow. Really would love to see that part. Because for me, this is still the same plan. Like 3-leg move, you try. I'm not going to say that I didn't make money on the upside. Yes, I did. But my trades on the DAX are usually between 15 to 20 minute stops. And since we didn't find strength to continue to move higher and we found the resistance here at 454, we need to consider this as another 3-leg move and a 7 swing. We are close to a support at 126. So tomorrow I want to see a recovery. I want to see something like this. Nothing crazy, but I would love to see that bullish momentum, price returning to a little bit higher on Friday. That's all. And from next week, if that's the case, we can continue to go long and look for a further bullish momentum. If you zoom in and let's remove everything for a second, and you consider this still as a potential triangle, you can go with the idea this is A, B, C, D, and that we are in E, and from there we are going to move higher. Whatever is the case, like in our case, if it's complete or not complete, the outcome on the larger scale is the same. So that's why I love DAX. I believe that DAX will give us a good trading opportunities, maybe not right now, but should give us a decent opportunity in the coming week. So I want it on my radar. Like we said, guys, there are not many options for this week, but play safe. You know the plan, what you need to do. There are not many news that can affect the market. I'll see you all tomorrow to see if there is anything worth updating. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers.